Benjamin Button is being absolutely adorable, attempting to uproot what he's managed to find. It's now in his mouth, and he's pulling hard, trying to use feet just like Mom, but it just isn't quite working. The coordination, not 100% there. And sometimes, if your legs aren't long enough to take the step, you've just got to do a slide down into the road. Looking up in our direction. I'm just thoroughly curious at this age. Oh, what have you found? What have you found, little one? Got a stick. Yes, I've got a stick. And Mom puts this in her mouth, and obviously I want to be big and strong like Mommy, so I'm going to do it too. We're just going to roll backwards a little bit so that one of the vehicles can pass. And and Benji's gone hiding behind Mom anyway. Cool. We're just going to shift back. I know the microphone looks ridiculous, but I was trying to speak softly. Chandra thinks it's hilarious. I like that idea from Lucy in South Bend, Indiana. I'm sorry, please ignore this. I can probably now tuck it back in. Sorry, Goody. Okay. That's okay. It's okay. No reason to stress. We'll turn off until the other car's away. Lucy's thinking along the lines, you know when you see somebody with a puppy with folds and folds of skin and enormous feet, and you say to them, oh, that's going to be a big dog. Lucy said perhaps Benjamin Button is so wrinkly because he's going to grow into an absolutely enormous elephant. And perhaps he is. Perhaps one day, many, many, many years from now, when Safari Live is a virtual safari experience, where you can look around and smell everything and feel the breeze upon your face, perhaps then, in 30 years' time, we will see Benjamin Button and look upon his enormous stature and look back upon Lucy's words. I'm going to go forward a little bit. She's relaxed again. People always said that about my dog Lexi, and they were right. She was huge. I think that's about as far as we can go. For me, as much as I love our big cats and our graceful leopards, our magnificent lions, okay, so those of you who have always wondered about the vocalizations of other elephants and have heard those sorts of sounds before, and we've often spoken about, oh shame, the little one's actually a bit concerned. It's alright, Benjamin, it'll be fine. So that looked very scary to everybody who was watching. It wasn't. We often speak about the fact that what upsets elephants is other elephants, and there she was getting a bit cross with that young bull's vicinity to, first of all, I think it's a young cow, vicinity first of all to her baby, but also to the tree that she wants to eat. And competition for food at the moment is incredibly fierce. So what you saw there actually looked like bullying. Looked a little bit painful, but she never used the full might of her strength. She just conveyed her lack of appreciation for a lack of self-respect for her personal space. And our little one's moving off. It's got a bit confused in all of that ruckus, wondering what's going on, curious, and responding like a human child might do, which is with a fascination as to how the situation is playing out. But that was incredible. That's not often that you get to see an elephant actually pin down another elephant, which is what she did there. And she wouldn't let it get up initially. Now, how incredible was that sighting? And I don't know what the sound was like from your perspective. It was so incredible, Chandra actually can't breathe. He's having to cough in the back there. That truly was, I mean, that vocalization is absolutely astounding. And she's now calmly nibbling on her roots like nothing untoward has happened, because this actually does happen frequently in the elephant world. And now you understand when we say that what upsets elephants most is other elephants. Her baby's gone completely now. Perhaps terrified that Mom's going to be cross with him as well. She won't be. I think she is very, very hungry, though. And that's why she's been so focused on the root systems and the tree. Shame. And one rather offended, rather confused young elephant has moved off, having been quite thoroughly chastised. It actually brings me beautifully into the answer to Christopher's question, which is how sentient I think elephants are. And I was on my way to talking about how much I appreciate spending time with them and enjoy spending time with them. And they really, I don't know how sentient, it's up to you, I think, Christopher, to decide how you feel about them. I know that when an elephant walks up to my vehicle and looks at me, I know that there is something looking at me. When I look into an elephant's eyes, there is something looking back. Not human, but there is certainly an incredibly powerful presence and a powerful intelligence there. And that's proven with facts in terms of the examination of an elephant's brain. Just under 3 times the size of a human being's brain, so not proportionately not as large as ours compared to our body size, but enormous nevertheless. And with nerve pathways that do transmit and are connected to the emotional development of the species. And only whales, dolphins and whales, and the great apes and human beings have those nerve pathways. So you can interpret that as you want to. I feel relatively strongly that that's a sign that they are not human, but certainly there is a very, I would call it a powerful intelligence that looks at one there. I was going to reposition, I'm not going to. We've seen what she just did to that other elephant. I would prefer it if that wasn't Maggie risk incurring her wrath.